Hi, my name's Scott Heron. Thanks for joining me in this video where I'm going to be talking about the first study on the Grade 2 Cello exam by Trinity, which is called Summer on the Swings. So this deals with tone and phrasing. So what's the mood, first of all? Well, it's very laid back, it's very gentle, it's marked with a lilt. So that gives you a clue. So I like to lean a little bit on the first bit of the bar to sort of give it a gentle in one, a little bit, you know. So a little bit of that, a little bit, not too much, a little bit. And yeah, so it's very gentle. It's a summery piece, so it doesn't have the care in the world. It just undulates, doesn't it? It goes up and it goes down, and it goes up and down. And most of the notes are joined together in a sort of a stepwise scale motion, which is nice. So, you know, like that. That's practically the first line. And in the second line, do you see how all of the notes are pretty close? So that also gives it a gentle sort of feeling. So there aren't any big intervals. You know, it's not really expressive. So it's almost like the sort of piece you would think of if you were in a lovely grassy field with nice flowers and a big stately home, and it was a lovely day and there were clouds drifting in the sky, and you didn't have a care in the world, and you just had a big picnic and you were feeling very replete. It's that sort of, and you were, you know, just looking at the clouds. You know, your mind is just free to drift. That sort of dreamy quality to it. So yes. So what about the rhythm? Well, we've got minims and crotchets. There are no quavers, so that's really good. Couple of dotted minims, so watch out for those. Yeah. Anything else? The rhythmically, not really. There are no rests in it at all. So what about the articulation? Well, we've got lots of slurs, so those help to give it that lovely laid back, summery, relaxed feeling, and it's marked legato. So make sure that you join all of the notes, you connect all of the notes together as well. I use a little bit of portato, which just means that you sort of lean into the start of every note. You know, here you sit here. So with your first finger, you lean and then relax and then lean it like that. But it's quite an advanced thing. Don't worry about it. You can experiment with it. If you haven't done it before, this can be your opportunity to try and doing that. Just leaning and relaxing, and leaning and relaxing, and then so you know what I mean? Yeah. Great. So that's that. What else? Those are the only articulation marks. Dynamics. So again, it's very gentle, nothing dramatic. Starts off moderately loud. There's a little diminuendo at the end of the first line. Then there's a crescendo, and then a diminuendo right at the end. So it wouldn't go any louder than forte, and it doesn't go much quieter than MF really. Maybe the last note you can go a little bit. At the end of the first phrase, which is, so the phrases are 1, 2, 3, 4. It has an 8-bar phrase, 2 8-bar phrases. So at the end of each phrase, maybe come down to piano. Actually, remember we were about piano would be nice. So it talked about the articulation, the dynamics, the notes, the rhythm. Yes. So as in relation to the notes, we're in A major land. So watch out for the extended second fingers, because you know right at the beginning you've got to go from a 1 to a 4. So the way you do that is to stretch your 2, and that helps you to get to the 4. What I do is I always say to my students, have a flexible thumb. So don't allow that thumb to be plastered to the neck, you know, whenever you're going up to the 2, because whenever you go to the 4, it feels like a big stretch. But just allow it to breathe. Have a flexible moving thumb, and that'll help you to make the 4 effortlessly. Then you've got the same shape on the D string, the next couple of bars. So it's just a little scale. This this would be a nice exercise. Why don't you try this? So I'm using a little bit of forward rotation and then a little bit of backward rotation. That's a Stephen Doan idea, which is really, really nice. It gets all of the weight of your arm into each finger, which is really good for your fourth finger because it's usually the one that feels the weakest, isn't it? Yeah. That's it really as far. Oh yes, watch out for that bar. So this is the anti-penultimate bar, the third bar for the end. You got this fourth finger D. That one. Watch out for the G sharp. Ooh. So yeah, watch out for the. So you have C sharps, and you got G sharps, and at the very end that's not it. So make it nice and high. Lots of my students play it and it goes, oh, it's horrible. So make it nice and high because that's the leading note, the seventh note of the scale, and it's just dying to go to there. So if it's flat, it'll sound really, really off. So watch out. So I think that's about it. So have fun with this exam. It's a great option if you don't want to do scaly wheelies. Some people find scales hard to memorize, you know, especially for an exam situation. I usually get my students to do both, and then after coming up to the exam, maybe a term before the exam, they make a decision about what one they want to focus on. I don't think it's a good idea not to do scales at all because that would leave a big gap in your technique. But for the sake of the exam, if you really find it hard to memorize the scales, you know, I remember when I was studying, I found the scales a hard option, but I did it, but I didn't find it easy, and I appreciate for some people it's hard, and you get in an exam and your mind just goes blank, and that's the lovely thing about having the studies, because you can have your book in the exam with you, you know, which is major, isn't it? You know, so you got that net, that safety net there. You're never gonna blank out, have a memory blank, which would be the most awful thing ever, wouldn't it? So have fun with this. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe and hit that little cheeky like button and press the little notification bell as well, so you get a notification of my other videos which are coming up. So all that remains to be said is Cello!